Okay, good morning, everyone. We're here today, Tuesday, October 8th, 11:02 a.m. for Community Design Review Committee. Our first application is Congregation of Echo Ridge, 1 and 3 Echo Ridge Road, for a freestanding place of worship with a special permit, the proposed amended site plan and lot line merger, and we're here for the final for chairman's endorsement. Okay, so Rachel and John, I don't know if you want to go over John's comments.
Let me go real quick because this should only take a minute. So the cost estimate was submitted, so it was changed, so we're good with that. The maintenance agreement has been executed. So under comment 3, I looked and I have the plans in front of me, but I can't find anywhere on the plans where it shows the total limits of disturbance. So, and I know it was close to an acre, but apparently it's below an acre, but I can't seem to find it on the drawing. So maybe Rachel, you could tell me where it is, because that's what triggered me to put that in there.
It's on page 4.
Page 4.
The erosion control plan.
Okay, hold on. Let me scroll down. Page 4. Under, is it a general note or is it just in the site?
I have it labeled. It's like along the top property line. I have a call out.
Okay, there it is. 42,845.
Yep.
Okay. I looked and I looked, couldn't find it.
That's okay.
All right, so no.
That will address comment 3 because its total acreage is below 1 acre. It does not require the MS4 acceptance form. So you can nix comment 3. So the only comment I have before this is, did we actually remove the lot line? Has that been completed or is that still in the works?
It's in the works. We started the process in Ramapo. It just has to be done at the county level, and then they'll show proof of the lot line merger.
I submitted it to the county. They told me that I should have it back within 48 hours.
Yeah, so as soon as I get that, I'll forward that to everyone for the record. I do have a question. I had sent the 2 prior stormwater agreements, which we have the escrow for, and you said we could use that escrow for the new agreement. So John, I just have to have Rachel fill out Schedule A for you to look at.
Okay.
Right? I'm asking, am I correct? And then that would be executed, and I would assume, Steve, I would just write a memo to the file saying that the other 2 agreements, because they were old agreements from 14 and 16, which were 5 years, are no longer valid, and that we're using the escrow that's already on file with the village for the new one.
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah, you just gotta be careful.
I mean,
I gotta look what the original escrow agreement was and who placed it, because we get it's difficult sometimes if 2 people start claiming their entitlement to the money.
All right, I sent it to Chris. Do you want me to forward it to you?
Yes, I mean Chris is going to be the one making the call.
I sent it to him to review and ask the question of him.
Oh, okay. That'll be fine. I'll talk to Chris too. So whatever Chris says, I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think that's everything, correct?
That's it. Once the lot line merger is official and that has been addressed, the fees have to be paid. I don't know if that's done yet, and then the maps can be signed.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll handle all of that and it'll be done.
Thank you.
Okay. Lou, you have anything? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, the next application is Shiraz Miriam of Rockland County, Inc., 46 Campbell Ave. It's a proposed school and caretaker's residence. They submitted proposed site plan and preliminary architecturals. This one does have proof that the 3 lots were merged. I believe I submitted it in the digital. I had asked the expediter for a copy of the tax lot thing from the town, which I believe I sent everyone. So this one is a new application to the village.
Yes, this is a new application, and I did get a copy of the lot line disclaimer that was filed in February with the instrument number. So if you
Can you send that to me? Because I did not get that. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so this application is for a proposed school and caretakers residence for 200 students. There's currently 150 students for this school, but they would like to get approved for up to 200. Since I wrote the narrative, I found out that it is for a girls' school, for
Okay.
high school girls. So I will add that information moving forward. Sometimes that's helpful to know just because the impacts of the girls' schools are a little bit different than the boys' schools, just so that it's on the, so that they know. One of the houses, the only house that's still up and upstanding on these properties is the one that's going to remain for the caretaker's residence. The garage and all of the out structures would be removed. Properties, the R25 zone. Based on the size of the school building, 190 parking spaces would be required. We are providing 100 parking spaces, so we are asking for a parking variance. This is the first time we're starting with the village, so just a beginning. We did, I was talking with the school, and I know a lot of the times we keep hearing that they, the parking numbers don't really match with what's needed. In this case, on a regular basis, we wouldn't need the parking, but they do have more special events than a lot of the boys' schools that I've been seeing. So they were saying that they did think that the 100 parking spaces would be useful. They didn't want to cut back on the parking to reduce the development coverage. They are proposing a pool in the back, and then there is open space as well in the rear. So I didn't designate the other specific play area or anything, but there is space. And the driveway is proposed to go around the building. The buses would stay in the front, but cars could go around the back. And the school indicated that they thought that that was important because then if it is a holiday, then the cars can line up there and be off of Campbell Avenue. Gives additional space. So I don't know if you want to go through comments, if you have feedback.
The only thing is, I know John's comment number 5 under planning, the village traffic engineer should determine if a traffic impact study is required and the scope. In order for me to send this to the traffic engineer, I need more information on, like it says, students arrive, depart by school bus, number of buses, number of cars anticipated, so that he can make that.
Oh, I thought that the village was
determination.
just doing like, if it was a certain number of students, then that was their cutoff. But I can see if I can get more.
I think John was saying, was it 80,
Well,
John?
It was, yes, and this number exceeds it, but there has been applicants who have argued that one isn't required, and so it really is not my call. So we have a village traffic engineer, and so I have just been deferring to them to make the decision as to whether a traffic study is required.
I believe,
Okay.
I
So
believe,
then oh, sorry, you go. Sorry.
for some strange reason, this building has 8,000 square feet of open entertainment area, including a 3,000 square foot gym. So I believe it's not going to be used for just a school. So I think a traffic study will be needed because I expect it's got a 2,000 square foot kitchen.
Oh,
So it's either going to be a catering hall or something else is going to be done in the large open area on the left side of the building. But it's not going to be just a school. So I wouldn't count on just the buses. And that's
Okay.
why they're going for 100-car parking lot.
okay,
So I think a traffic study is going to be required.
okay, then I'll just forward it to Osmond.
Yeah, just send him what we have for now, and then
He can let us know what else he.
yeah, if he has specific questions, he can tell us.
Okay.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the engineering comments, we'll need a full SWIP. This is definitely more than an acre of site disturbance lighting plan. So erosion sediment control plan. site distances for the proposed driveway, fire lane striping, things just noting that, you know, down the road, we're gonna need that as I'm sure you're aware of.
Okay.
Is this county GML or not?
No, it is
No.
not in the GML area. I
Just
double
want-
checked
I didn't
that.
put it in my review, so that usually means it's not, but I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, no, I double checked that and there's no Rockland County Highway because it's not near any county road or DOT. I already checked it.
All right, so I think we gotta come back to another CDRC. There's a first submittal, so I think we need some more information and definitely get the ball rolling. We do need a long form EAF. It's a requirement for site plan applications. So, and we're gonna need a list of interested and involved agencies so that we can circulate. So,
Okay,
Almost finished. I'm in it.
I don't know who's whispering.
Coleman.
Not me.
Solomon,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. Okay, so all the things that are in your letter need to be updated on the plan, the SWIP. I'll send it to the traffic engineer, the long EAF. Eventually, this will go to our ARC for review. And the list of involved agencies. Okay,
correct.
Rachel or Coleman, do you have any questions or concerns? I don't know if Paul is on this one or not, or if it's the next one.
Paul's on the next one.
Okay,
Hopefully he'll join me for this one.
okay.
going
Who,
forward, but
I
not
did,
yet.
I
So
did
far, it's
mention
just me.
to Coleman, when they do assign an attorney, I need that page of the application updated, please, for the record.
Yeah, hopefully Paul will be on it. So
Okay, all right,
he's listening in and hopefully the
That's
next meeting
fine.
will be on.
okay. That's fair enough. Anybody have anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to see some more details on the building internals. I mean, we have an 8,000 square foot area that only has one exit door. So somebody's got to look at this, designing this for proper egress and what its potential use is going to be. You have two kitchens, one 2,000 square feet, one 1,000 square feet. There's a lot of unusual things in here that is just not school related.
Okay.
Maybe a more detailed narrative might be in order,
Okay,
what the anticipated uses are going to be for this space.
okay. Okay, then, you'll submit for the next CDRC?
We'll return for a CDRC.
Okay, you just don't know which one yet. With the holidays, I know it might be.
Yeah, it won't be next month.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Traffic will take a little while.
Yeah, so I'm gonna send that today.
And with the holidays and stuff,
No, I understand.
I don't expect it to be in November.
That's fine. All right, we'll be in touch.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Okay, our next application is for Yeshiva Talapat, 83 Campbell 2.0. We're calling it 2.0 because this is the revised application for a proposed school of religious instruction at 83 Campbell Ave. And we have a proposed site plan, architecturals, and some renderings. And, oh, Rachel, you're on this one too. Okay.
Yeah.
You got them all today.
Yeah, it's a busy day for me. But Paul's on this one. So Paul, do you want to do the introduction or?
Sure. So we were before you guys a month or two ago. And we tried to be as responsive to all those comments. We created that fire truck turnaround. We labeled these parking spaces in front of the building as pickup drop-off areas. I would note on Fusco Engineering comments They had comments about buses. There will be no buses, only passenger vans. They figure, they arrive at varying times, so they're probably not going to have any more than 4 vans pulling in there at any given time. They'll probably use 8 or 9 over the course of the pickup drop off of the students. So we don't anticipate a lot of buses, or any buses, I should say, but we don't anticipate a lot of passenger van traffic for the drop offs. I hope we addressed all the comments from the last CDRC meeting. We provided the striping. We would like to get the comments from the fire department. Suzanne, have you seen anything?
No, I actually called this morning and got voicemail because I said the day that this was submitted, I got it out to them and they picked it up and I haven't heard from them.
Okay.
So I will follow up as soon as I get it and send everybody the comments.
All right, so this is just, the next iteration of the plan, and we'd like the board's, obviously, feedback, or the committee's feedback on the current plans. Rachel, anything else you want to add? The change in the grading, retaining walls, things like that you want to discuss?
We, since the first plan, we now did a grading plan. We try to keep retaining walls to a minimum here. We do show which structures are going to be removed. So there's some areas that are going to get graded across that area. And only have a retaining wall behind the building at this point, and then a small one by the existing garage. But otherwise, we tried to include the utilities. I mean, we do know that we still have more to do. This is just we're still starting. We're still early on, but we wanted to get in and get started with this newest plan.
So this is a reduction from the previous plan, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will say, although there's some renderings, when you do go to ARC, I see you did an aerial, which is great because they do want to see that with the parking, and we need all sides of the views. We will need to see the lighting that's proposed on the building or any structures. They will also want to see where any proposed planting is. They want to know exactly what it's going to look like. So I'm just letting you know now for when you do submit for ARC down the line. John, do you want to go through your comments or?
Yeah, the one that, it is a reduction from the previous plan. We do have some agency comments that are going to be required. We talked about just now about the architectural review is going to be necessary. So I guess the big comment is number 7. So, the code apparently requires 112 spaces and the applicant is looking to do 19. So that's like a crazy number of reduction parking spaces. So we think more parking is necessary. If you're going to go to the ZBA for a variance, I guess they'll make the decision as to whether or not they'll allow that, but it seems to me that more parking would be necessary. On the engineering comments, it's the usual comments: submit a design for the retaining wall, water sewer details, design details for the wall. So we got a comment under their response to the bus situation, maybe some notation on the plan so that it's clear. And stormwater maintenance agreement and things of that sort. But 112 to 19 seems excessive to us.
Well, let's discuss that a second. We know that in all these schools where the students are bused and they don't drive, that these parking requirements are very excessive, the 1 per 300 square feet. If you go by the student ratio,
Only 9 spaces are required.
9 spaces are required. So it's not a big school, John. It's, we're talking about 100 students. Staffing is limited. So we're talking about 5 staff members. maximum need is 10. We've got 19.
This-
So we can try and find additional parking on the plan, but it's only going to serve to increase, the development coverage. So we've tried to limit the development coverage, and we're only 3% over the max. But there are spaces to add parking. It may, obviously, it's going to continue to encroach into the 100-foot buffer. It's going to add to the development coverage. And our thought was, why do we want to pave all these areas if we don't need them? So
Why don't we look at the parking up by the single family rental house where there's currently a driveway in the parking area?
to what? Add more spaces, Lou?
Sure. Just continue that T road up the hill. There's a
Yeah,
currently.
we could show them there like they were on the last plan, and they were for the Zen Gardens. If you recall, they had like a line of spaces there with 7 or 8 parking. But again, it's only going to increase the development coverage. Maybe we can land bank them.
I mean, I guess the big thing is, buses come in, they drop the children off, and okay, they come in, they drop them off, they leave, and so forth, and there's parking spaces for the teachers, and then there's some sort of a parent-teacher event, or an event maybe where it's not just a normal school day, and there is no place to park in that situation, and that's kind of
The applicant prior to this has 100 parking spaces for 200 girls. And
What's
they
that?
admittedly say that they're going to have events. They're going to have big events in the school. They're going to have. So this school has no events?
No events.
No events.
So
No
from
events.
what I've been learning, it seems like the girls' schools do like plays and concerts and like, I don't know, maybe get to have more fun, it sounds like. I don't know. And the boys' school doesn't sound like they do any of those kinds of events. So the only thing from what I've been learning, and again, this is we're all learning, that it's the parent teacher conference, and what we've had in the others is that they stagger them so that they're not all at the same time. And we can confirm that with the applicant and see if they're planning on doing the similar thing.
So I can comment on this. I've been involved in this school since inception for the past for the last 10 years. We never had any teacher or parent events. A lot of these students come from different either from Brooklyn or from out of town at all. So they don't read. They're not. They're really. So there's I from the past 10 years, I don't think we ever had any event. But there will be no events.
So would that be a map note then, John or Lou?
Yeah, it should be. If these
Okay.
students are coming out of Brooklyn, they're getting bussed in every day, or are they staying on site?
No, they're staying by their cousins. They need to find own place where to stay, but there's no parents.
Okay, but that rental that the
The rental will stay as a caretaker for the property. It's a big property, and we will have. I'm in the middle of the conversation with the existing tenant to see if they want to continue. They told me they should take care of everything. The grass, the snow plowing, the cleaning the building, everything.
You mean the tenant that has multiple violations on it for being a multifamily dwelling, that tenant?
I don't know what they're talking about, but I don't think it's a CDRC meeting. I guess it's for a new
I'm just
construction.
asking, 'cause I know that's currently being rented out, and so is the pool house.
Is it the CDRC or it's a courthouser?
Well, soon it'll be in court, so you could deal with it there.
Well, we're talking about a site plan. We're talking about proposed uses.
I understand.
So that's what I want to focus on is
Well,
what
I'd
we're
like to
looking to
focus on
use the
putting some
property
more
for.
parking in there somewhere. So if we could do it up on the hill by the house that's currently being rented out, I would, you can land bank it, gravel it, figure out some other way to get some more spots in there.
How about if we add some additional spots as you pull in? You know, we have those 11 spots on the left-hand
I was
side.
that's the spot I was thinking. It was across from those.
You know, we just extend that down and add another 10
Close
spaces.
to the conservation easement can you go?
Well, I was thinking like across from those parking spaces, like on the other side of it, because we're getting rid of the pool anyways.
Oh, cutting into the hill and making a wall?
Yeah,
That's not a bad idea,
because we already have that land.
right? And you're getting rid of the pool, so you're doing
We're
demo.
getting rid of the pool.
You're right, you can get another 8 to 10 spots in there easy.
Yeah, we can duplicate what we have on the
Yeah, just mirror it.
south side, just, and that'll be 11 space, actually 12, because we won't need the handicap.
Right.
Well, that's a good start. So maybe we should take a look at that and
I think that would be like the easiest
I think you're
spot.
And would give some swing room in case you gotta move a truck around in there too. You know, if they're not gonna be used, it'll give somebody room to maneuver in there.
All right, well, we'll see what we can do there, and we'll see what maybe do some land bank gravel parking towards the house.
No, I mean, if you can get it, if you could double what you already have, why go crazy? I mean, just,
Okay, that's good. That's even better. Okay.
All right, so what's the next step for them? I'm gonna follow up with the fire department and I'll let everyone know. Do you want them back at CDRC with these revised changes to review? Okay, Lou's shaking his head. John, you're shaking your head?
well, they do have to get to the planning board for starting the seeker review, correct? So I don't know if we feel that's too premature or to come back to CDRC or just put them on so we can at least start the seeker process. So
that's the,
I'm not sure.
My personal opinion is let's get them in better shape first. Because starting that secret process
Yeah,
is only gonna take, you know, the one meeting. And we're gonna be, you know, a few meetings into and then off to the zoning board, so, I don't see the need to, you know, get us on the agenda to circulate a notice of intent with plans that we're gonna need to modify and that are not
Okay.
as complete.
So I agree. So come back to CDRC.
Yeah.
John, when I was looking at these submissions, I saw there was just a short EAF. Do you think we need a full EAF on this?
Yeah.
Anytime we have a site plan, we require a full EAF.
yeah,
I
it's
thought
in
as
his
much.
memo.
One that involves more than 1 acre of site disturbance and or redevelopment.
That's what I thought.
Suzanne, what are the upcoming deadlines for the different meetings?
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I know with the holidays, October 31st is for November 12th, November 19th for
hold
December
on, October 31st for November.
12th.
Okay,
I
sorry.
think we can do that.
Well, that's nice that you think you can do that, but
From
I'm the
my
one,
end,
we're the
sure.
ones doing the work.
And then November 19th for the December 10th meeting. Do you want after that?
No, that's fine.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Just before we run off, you know, I always like to focus on these things. I like to make sure that, any comments we may have on the building, and I know you had some issues there with that it was a 3-story, it was below grade, and, we were disturbing the buffer. Are there any other building issues that you see, Lou, that you want us to look into because you have some concerns about?
I haven't reviewed it that thoroughly yet now.
Okay.
All right. We'll
Thank
see you at another CDRC then.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day,
All
everyone.
right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
all. Nice
Thank
seeing you all
you.
again.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Steve.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for filling in.
Bye now.
Bye.